Have you been wondering how to make kiddies ball dresses like this? Then you've come to the right place. Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name is Ifoma. I'm a fashion designer and a pattern dressmaker. Today's tutorial is pretty straightforward. Without further ado, let's jump right into this tutorial. Here are some of the things we're going to be using for this tutorial. We have our braided fabric, we have our lining, we have our mikado as well as satin, and we also have this very hard white net. We have our pattern paper folded in half, and I'm just basically going to tape that down. We're measuring down 1 inch as well as 2.5 inches. This depends on the size of the baby, so you could use 2.5 or you could use 2 inches over there. On the horizontal line, we're going in by 2.5 inches. This also depends on the size of the baby. If the baby's age is less than 6 months, I would recommend you use 2 inches for there. We're measuring the length of the waist, which is from the shoulder to the waistline, and I'm just going to be marking that down. To get the width of your bodies, you're going to be taking either your chest measurement or your waist measurement. Whichever one is bigger, you're going to take that plus 1 inch divided by 4. After connecting our neckline, we're going down by 4 inches. This will be our chest line. To get our shoulder width, we're going to be taking our shoulder measurement divided by 2 and mark that down. So what you want to do now is, on that point, you go down by 0.5 inches. You mark that as well. So from that 0.5 inches, you're going to be connecting that to your neckline with the help of a ruler. You connect also from that 0.5 inches all the way to the chest line. This will give us our armhole. This is why drafting this pattern on fold is necessary. When you open that up, it looks like that, and you just want to split this. Splitting this in half simply means we're going to be having 2 pieces looking alike. So one is going to be for the front and the other one is for the back. So I'm going to just go over with my pencil and just label the part I'm going to be having for the front as well as the back. So for the back, I went over to drop, because I wanted this V illusion at the back of the dress. So I'm just going over to do that. You want to go over to cut this on your fabric as well. When you're cutting this on your fabric, please do not forget your side allowance is 1 inch you're going to be adding, as well as your zip allowance, and you should have something that looks like this. I'm going to be pinning this, the front shoulder to the back shoulder, and we'll take this to a sewing machine just to stitch that down in place. So because we're going to be having belt attached to the waistline, the width of this fabric over here is 4 inches, and the length can be roughly between 10 inches and 15 inches. you're going to be joining the rope to one side, leaving out 0.5 inches, which is our sewing allowance. And as you can see, we already have our shoulder joined together, both the front and the back shoulder joined together. This is what I'm talking about, leaving out 0.5 inches at the bottom over there. And then you can go over to join this front side to the back side with 1 inch. Once you're done joining the sides, you should have something that looks like this and our belt in place. So we're going to go over now to our lining. Remember, while we were cutting our main fabric, we also went ahead to cut the same pattern for our lining, and then we're going to be joining our lining by also 1 inch for the side. We also joined the shoulder by half of an inch. Next, you're going to be placing your fabric and your lining right side facing each other and sew on the neckline, leaving out 1.5 inches. The reason why I said you should leave out 1.5 inches is because it's going to create this ease for you to attach your zip. Normally your zip allowance is 1 inch, then the half of an inch will just create an ease for you to sew down your zip on the 1 inch allowance. That will make sense if you stay tuned to the end of this video. You're going to see the whole process of me also fixing the zip. You want to go over to your ironing board and give this a good press. Moving forward, we have our Mikado fabric, we have our hard net, as well as our lining. The length is 12.5 inches and the width is basically, we did 3 yards, which is 36 times 3. While for the width of the lining, we have 2 yards multiplied by 2, which is 36 times 2. And for the length, we have 10.5 inches for the length. And you repeat the same thing you did on your lining for the net. So the net is also divided into 2 parts. One is going to be exactly like the lining, while the other one is going to be used to create layers. Moving forward, I'm going to be explaining that over time, the layers for the net. We're going to be having our crinoline, which is horsehair braid. We're going to be putting this at the bottom of our Mikado. So we're going to be sewing this very close, so you can sew at half of an inch or 1 cm. So please note, at the beginning you can see that we left out a bit of fabric, which is roughly 0.75 inches or 1 inch. You can leave that out. I'm going to be showing you why you should leave that out. Once you're done with stitching this down, you want to flip this over to the other side, and you should have something that looks like this, and then go over with your sewing machine to top stitch very close. After that, you have something that looks like this. It's already coming to life. You want to also go over now. You see that's 0.75 I say you should leave, or 1 inch. You're going to fold this like so. This will help you cover the rough edge of the quilling, which is usually very sharp. Conversant with my channel, you already know I like to do this method of gathering which is using my needle and thread and creating those straight small stitches, which will end up being my gather stitch. Moving forward to our hard net, if you guys remembered, I said the hard net, we cut it the same length and width as our lining, which is the length of 10.5 inches and the width of 2 yards. But we're also going to be cutting out another set of hard nets. This set of hard nets is going to be shorter by 1 inch, but the width is going to be wider than the 2 yards we did initially. This will help us create this pleat effect. To explain this further and better, what I did is I measured out 144 inches, which is equivalent to 4 yards, and layered this to create this pleat over 72 inches, which is equivalent to 2 yards. So we're using the 144 inches to make these pleats on these 2 yards of hard net as well. So you can notice the method of pleating. This pleat is not like the normal pleat you do. This one gives the illusion of having a fuller bottom. You want to gather your net and your lining together. Remember, they're both of the same width, which is 2 yards, 72 inches, and running this with my needle and thread to create my gather stitch. You can see the pleats we made over there. This just helps you avoid bunkiness. Just imagine if we had done this pleats directly on that waistline we're gathering. Just imagine how bunky and full is going to be. It will be too clustered. So this method works perfectly fine, and here's what it looks like on my mannequin. It looks nice and very fluffy. This is what the reverse side looks like. The gathers effects, everything all neatly done. Now we're going to move forward to join these pieces together. So for the front side, you want to join them right side facing each other, the gather stitch, and then just run this over with your sewing machine. After stitching the front piece to look like this, you want to go over to repeat the same method for the lining as well. I'm sure you do not want to miss next time when I post a new tutorial, so please subscribe if you haven't. Click on the dumbbell so you get notified when I post a new video. Leave a comment down below so I know your thoughts and suggestions. Do not forget to give this video a thumbs up if you did find it helpful. Share with your loved ones. Thank you. Next up, we're going to be joining the zip. added a puff sleeve and this cute bow to the dress. If you want a tutorial on how to make this type of puff sleeve, do let me know in the comment section. This brings us to the end of this tutorial. If you did find it helpful, don't forget to subscribe, leave a comment so I know your thoughts and suggestions, and I will see you in my next tutorial.